Hello students, welcome back. Let's solve question number 18b of chapter 12 electricity from class 10 NCERT science textbook. And the question reads, why are the conductors of electric heating device such as bread toasters and electric irons made of alloy rather than pure metal? So now as you can see, this is a bread toaster and this is an electric iron, and these are the heating coils of the bread toasters. And this heating coil looks somewhat like this, and the inner part of an electric iron looks something like this, and this is the heating element, as you can see. So this is the heating element. Now this heating element is made up of an alloy rather than a pure metal. Let's know the answer to this question. So the answer to this question will be, the conductors of electric heating devices like toasters and iron are made up of alloys instead of pure metals, because the first point is alloys have higher resistivity than pure metals. That is, for the heating devices we need heat to be produced. Now if we use pure metals have a lower resistivity, because of which current can easily pass through them. Now for a good production of heat we need something which will produce a greater amount of heat, and thus we'll have a greater resistivity. Now we know the heat produced is given by the formula H is equal to I square RT. So the heat produced depends upon the resistance of this substance. Now since the alloys have a higher resistivity, it means that it will produce a greater amount of heat than the pure metals. Now for the pure metals the resistance is less, so the heat produced will be less. But in case of alloys, since the alloys have a greater resistivity, the heat produced also will be more in case of alloys than pure metals. So this is the first point. The second point is, alloys do not burn or oxidize at higher temperature. Now pure metals, there is a possibility that they will burn or oxidize when subjected to or when exposed to higher temperature. But when the metal is molded into an alloy, it does not burn or oxidize easily at higher temperature and continues to produce heat, because this heat is required for us to do our work. In the case of a bread toaster, we need to toast our bread. The heat produced will toast the bread, and thus for that we need a greater amount of heat. So these coils becomes red hot and produce a large amount of heat which toasts our bread. Similarly, this heating coil of the iron, which is also an alloy named nichrome, it also produces a large amount of heat because of its higher resistivity, and thus it helps us to iron our clothes. So this is the answer to this question. So I hope you have understood the solution to this question. Please do like this video and share it with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Please watch the playlist containing the solved physics questions and numericals from the previous year's board exams. I've shared the link of the playlist in the description box. It will be very helpful to you while preparing for your exams.